The discussion about male vasectomy has been in the rise over the recent past among the Kenyan citizens. So we took our time and we were able to bring a panel to be able to help us in dissecting this matter. We brought in the studio Joyce, a campaigner for male vasectomy. Welcome to the studio, Joyce. And also we brought to the studio Ruges, an activist who is against vasectomy. Welcome also, Ruges.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to start straight. There's an allegation about this celebrity, nameless, who was rumored to have undergone vasectomy, but he later came and rectified the statement and said that he did not take it. So let's start with Joyce first, the campaigner. Do you think as Africans will accept this tradition of vasectomy?
First of all, I think many lately have been against it, but I think in a few months to come, we will have learned to embrace it.
Thank you. Ruges, what's your take on that? Do you think, like, as Africans, we'll be able to accept this tradition?
No, I don't think it's well. It shouldn't be received by our men.
Okay.
Unaweza Afrika ile time unataka mtoi.
Yeah.
Na uli change mind, ushaanza go vasectomy. Then wasali unataka mtoi.
Yeah.
Uwezi na unajua uwezi reverse. Hiyo kitu ni permanent.
Ikishaenda. Let's ask Joyce, is it appropriate for men to take vasectomy?
Yeah.
What's your reason?
One of my main reasons, it's because it's an easier way of family planning. It's the easiest currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruges, most of the time Africans believe that women should be able to carry the burden, should be able to bear the burden of family planning. So the vasectomy is trying to bring the male into the discussion about male vasectomy. Do you think, like, as male we should be able to be in this discussion, family planning? Ruges?
No, to men we shouldn't be involved in any way.
Why?
First, ni costly. Ukifika ni kwa nago vasectomy,
yeah.
But the most time,
yeah.
It is very costly.
Yeah.
It ranges about 150 to 300,000 Kenyan shillings.
Okay.
Of which, hiyo pesa bibi yako atakupea. Hii ni ndo zenye utaenda kuhustle. Hii ni ndo ungefanya kitu kingine, of which kuna wale hivyo bibi yako ama mama wako kwenda kufanya family plan.
Yeah.
Utapata ni alizi yawe.
Yeah.
Utapata ni tuso inaweza.
Yeah.
Unatoa wanichwani hapo hivyo kufanya vasectomy, of which I guess ni painful tena.
Yeah, okay.
Alafu hiyo ndo ungetumia field nyingine kulipia mtibia pale hivyo chuo.
Yeah.
Alafu tena hii kitu inakaa mendo very stressy. Ndio kwa Sunday unaweza kusana mama pale hivyo. Aende akisema hadi uwezi za.
Okay. Joyce, do you think, like, the female have been given the burden of family planning and the male have been left out in this discussion? And do you think the discussion about vasectomy is going to bring the male into the table?
Yeah, I think we as the women who have been very strictly, by the way, most of us have been affected. And you see the side effect of our side,
yeah.
About the parent control things.
Yeah.
They have a highly
yeah.
side effect compared to the jet. So I think this should not even be a topic of discussion.
Why?
Yeah, the male should strictly, if you love your partner, yeah, I don't think there could be any reason why you are against this thing.
Yeah. Ruges, as we continue in this discussion, for example, let me give you this scenario, the both. An example, a male, for example, takes the vasectomy currently, and then is married to a lady, and then the lady decides to divorce the gent. You see the fact? And the boy and the man has already taken a vasectomy. So that means that then the other partner who is going to marry is not going to bear children with. Don't you see that just as a downside of vasectomy compared with female planning, which female planning most of the time you can be able to, when you use pills, it takes a period of time compared with vasectomy, which is permanent. What's your view on that, for example?
I know it's not fair,
yeah.
But mostly before you start this process, I think it should be a two-way discussion.
Okay.
You have to be strictly, and you have to have a serious discussion with your partner. You know what?
Yeah.
By us taking this step, which means this and this, we're in this together.
Yeah. Rujes, what's your view on that? The fact that when you take vasectomy and then you go and marry another partner, for example, divorce with the person you decided to take vasectomy with, do you think that is going to affect the family as Africans? And I feel
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Of course. In fact, for the first place, that's a shame
Yeah.
for the man. As a Kenyan,
Mm-hmm.
it would be so hard for the other partner for like you are getting married with to accept that you had undergone vasectomy.
Yeah.
You will simply say that you are infertile,
Yeah.
like you are not in a position
To bear children.
to bear children.
Yeah.
Sure.
But there's this. I think vasectomy can be undone. I think so. But we are going to do more research.
Vasectomy is permanent.
You think it's permanent?
Is permanent.
Okay.
The reversal of vasectomy
Mm-hmm.
is deadly. Is very.
It's
deadly.
more risky.
Yeah, it's risky for one to survive.
Yeah.
This is taking someone's very sensitive parts
Yeah.
to be operated on.
Yeah.
So it is very risky when it is being reversed,
Yeah.
and it's more costly than
I
the
think
initial stages.
I think
Joyce?
he's trying to justify that they should not go through this just because it's a permanent
It's costly.
thing.
Rujes is claiming that it's costly.
Yeah. Him not forgetting there are also some young girls out there who
Yeah.
have also used some of our
The family planning for the female.
means for
Yeah.
the female, and they have become barren.
It has
forever.
affected
Yeah,
them
it has
also.
affected them. So
How many cases are there? Do you have like a good figure of female?
don't have a
Do you have an example of female who have undergone
Yeah, I
family
have-
planning?
I have one.
You have an example?
Yeah,
Okay,
I have
okay,
one.
okay.
Until now, she can't bear a child.
Because she
went-
underwent family planning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it should not be ati mwanaume tu ndiye atakuwa hivi. Also the ladies are suffering.
Yeah.
There are some of the ladies out there who are suffering.
Yeah.
To clarify this out,
Yeah,
the
which is-
latest statistics by KS,
Yeah.
like the
KKNBS. Okay.
KNBS,
Yeah.
shows that at least 1% of Kenyan men undergo vasectomy.
1% of Kenyan men. Okay.
This one shows how dangerous or how it is unhealthy or unhelpful
Yeah.
it is to our men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think as a panel, like the information about vasectomy is not, we do not, as Africans, we do not have the information that well. I think that's the reason why male are fearing to undergo vasectomy. Don't you think it's the same, Jace?
I think yes. And I think that's why we are starting a campaign to educate the
Okay,
youth
okay.
on these things. I think you're not getting the bigger point of this process.
Yeah.
The reason why most of them are against it.
Okay, that's a good perspective. Let's wind up this conversation. I'm going to ask each and every one of you your view on men in family planning. What do you think? Like the male should be. What do you think is the role of men in family planning? Let's start with Rogers. Do you think like men should be able to have the discussion about family planning in African families?
Okay, let's base it on Kenya.
Yeah.
As Kenyan men, we shouldn't champion for any information that will help the vasectomy
Okay.
be done on our Kenyan men.
So to go against vasectomy
We
literally,
shouldn't
even though
be
unasema.
against vasectomy. We have better ways and
We have better option.
Yeah.
Which is the other better option? There's the other option of family planning for male is usually the way of condom actually.
We have those condoms.
There are no pills for male. It's only one option. Compared with ladies who have like several options. How many options do ladies have? Like, for example, let's ask this. How many options do they have? I think it's many. I think I've heard of pills. I have heard of injections. I don't know. I have heard of a number. So for male, the basic one that you know about family planning is only the use of condoms. So, and there's been a shortage actually of those.
Yeah.
So, what are you saying, Rogers, about the role of men in family planning?
In simple terms, Kenyan men shouldn't champion for vasectomy. There are simple ways of preventing pregnancy and that process.
There are better ways. That's what you're saying.
childbirth.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Joyce, what do you think is the role of men in family planning?
I think the men should also be part of family planning.
Yeah, they should be involved in the discussion.
They should be involved because this is not just the family is not just about the ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a family. We are in this together.
Yeah.
I think they should be involved.
They should be involved. Yeah. The final, as we conclude, let's ask Ruges, can you take vasectomy, Ruges? Are you going to take vasectomy, Ruges, after the information that Jace has been able to give you about vasectomy?
It will take a lot of energy for me to undergo vasectomy.
Yeah.
As to me,
yeah.
Biblical.
Oh, you believe in the Bible?
Biblical, yeah.
What does the Bible say about vasectomy? It says nothing.
We are helping God to procreate.
Okay, that was what God told us, to be able to procreate. So you cannot take vasectomy.
I cannot.
Can you advise someone to take vasectomy?
I can.
You can advise your friend. Do you think like there are males who are out here, like they have many children, and it's not their fault. It's the fact that they do not know to control themselves. So vasectomy comes to assist them in this, in maneno ya kuleta watoto. So mina feel ikifika wakati males umezaa watoto wa kutosha, it reaches a time wanaume pia uchoka kuzaa. So ikifika time ni wanaume wamechoka, mimi feel mimi na Ruges to advise achukue vasectomy. Ama una support hiyo story ama unakataa bado?
Naweza ambia mwanaume yako pale nje.
Yeah.
Kama itahitaji ya vasectomy, ikuwe inaweza utapata partner wake ako na maybe challenges when kama ni anaenda kufanyia family planning.
Yeah.
Kama maybe atakuwa na shida za
okay, time yenye mtu afanye vasectomy time yenye the female ayuko able kufanya family plan.